So I can't say that I ever left my heart in San Francisco, but I can say I enjoyed the visits to San Francisco that I've had in my lifetime. And I feel fortunate enough to have gone to San Francisco about a dozen times when the city was still safe, sound, and regarded as one of the best, arguably, if not the best city in the United States. I'm Matt Levine. Happy Labor Day. I hope you're enjoying the weekend. Welcome to the Red Dawn Media YouTube channel. A couple other great videos on there. Check it out. Like, subscribe. Okay, let's move on to talking about San Francisco. Last time I was there was about a decade ago. And I would say 5 to 7 years prior, I probably went 8 to 10 times. Now, before that, back in the day, many, many moons ago in college, I had a chance to go there a couple of times during Thanksgiving break and spring break, and had a chance to do all the exploring and cool touristy stuff. Now, I can say this. In my visits there, I never once felt unsafe. Never felt like I was threatened. Of course, like any towns, or any cities, I should say. Anywhere in the U.S., there are pockets and places that you don't want to go, especially after dark. But nowadays, San Francisco is not safe, apparently, any time of day in any area, including Union Square. An unfortunate incident in a place that I last spent my last visit in San Francisco. On Saturday afternoon, a highly regarded athlete, the wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, this dude right here, who has all kinds of skills, selected in the first round of the draft, 31st, from the University of Florida, a Gator turned 49er. Ricky Pearsall has all the goods. The speed, the hands, the size. You see him run after the catch on the, well, you see him run after the end around pitch right there. And the kind of guy you have a feeling that can make an impact on the NFL field. Now, unfortunately for him, he's been injured throughout training camp. And unfortunately for him, in Union Square in beautiful San Francisco, look how beautiful that city looks at night, on Saturday afternoon, he went to do a signing that was in Union Square, did some shopping at the high-end stores like Louis Vuitton, the ones that are still in existence in San Francisco, right? Or not look like they've been boarded up because they've left town because of all the crime. Did some high-end shopping, went to enjoy himself before he was mugged by a 17-year-old, a juvenile. The identity is being hidden because he's a juvenile. He's being treated as such by law, right? If that still exists in San Francisco. However, Pearsall, who was being robbed for the Rolex on his wrist, didn't give in. He fought back, and he and the gunman were both shot. They both survived. Pearsall spent a portion of his weekend in the hospital. Look at the jarring video. This is right after he was shot and tended to and treated by the emergency ambulance, right? The emergency care workers in San Francisco. You can see the stretcher, the SFFD, San Francisco Fire Department, the EMT workers. And look, you can see the puncture in the chest. Now his mom, and what a brave soul she is, Erin, did a great job of just updating the world on where he's at. And of course, you can see how much she loves him. She says, update on my baby boy. And she goes on to thank God for protecting him. Definitely had an angel over his shoulders. And how lucky she was that the big guy in the sky shielded him. And that it missed his vital organs, the bullet. And he's in good spirits. Like she says at the bottom of that tweet, or X social media post, life is so precious, my friends. Please love each other. My son was spared today by the grace of God. Please pray for my baby. My prayers have been said, Aaron Pearsall, for your son. He seems like an outstanding young man. There you go. Another headline. And she was able to, again, bravely update the world on his status. And thank God she still has her baby boy. Now, San Francisco has been overrun by open-air drug markets, homelessness, encampments, and the such. The San Francisco Police Department, you can bet they absolutely have their hands full. The city's a mess, a disaster. And it's an election season for their mayor, the incumbent, London Breed. Here's a quick sample of what she had to say about the incident Saturday in Union Square. Take a look and a quick listen for a GIF.
Where? This was a terrible and rare incident in Union Square. This was a terrible and rare.
There you go. Told you it was quick. Was it so nice I had to play it nice? No, there was a delay. Unfortunately, her rear end is on the hot seat for good reason. But unfortunately, you also get what you vote for. Incompetent leaders in public office like her. And you'd have to be an absolute nut to vote her back in. Isn't it a shame a kid like this goes to spend some of his hard-earned money while making money? I was thinking about that, right? On what may be an off day for him, he's going to hustle and show up in an appearance and then spend some of that money well-earned to go give back into the local economy. And he's got to have a gun pointed at him and then fight and a mugger, a robber, a lowlife, a degenerate, because he wants his watch. And they both wind up getting shot. Now, is a watch worth your life? Absolutely not. Maybe that's a lesson he'll learn. I don't know. He doesn't deserve to get shot one way or another. But certainly, I would say if a gun's pointed at you, at least in my opinion, take whatever you want. That's what I say now, but who knows? I might fight back too because, adrenaline kicks in and you say to yourself, who the F are you? To come over with a gun and try to take what's mine the easy way for yourself and be a blankety blank enough to put a gun in my face. So I admire the fight back, but I don't think it's the best idea. But then again, I don't know how I'd react. I hope I never have to find out. The officer who attended to him backed the blue always. Instead of defund the police, how about they fund the police, especially in this city? What a brave officer she is. Sergeant Harrell. Look at the lower left. I was using my hand for the front. She's talking about his chest to create a suction so the air wouldn't enter the wound. And to the bottom right, the two began praying together until ambulances arrived, and she was telling him, be strong like you're on the field. Harrell told Pearsall, her husband, Sergeant Frank Harrell told the New York Post. And there's the actual crime scene. So what a friggin' shame. That's got to go on. The San Francisco crime statistics out of the roof. Certainly doesn't look good that Union Square, one of the last jewels of that city, that again was an absolute jewel, has now been overtaken by random crime in the middle of the day. Now, one personal connection I have, now I have a vested interest, of course. I want to see Ricky Pearsall get well and get well soon. I was drafting for my rookie draft for my Dynasty Fantasy League on Saturday. And this happened, again, about 3 p.m.-ish Pacific time, Saturday afternoon. And I was making my selection before the incident happened. It was my second round pick, and I looked at Pearsall, and I said, I hope he's there back around. Maybe I should take him, taking 31st. And I knew him a little bit. I've watched enough Florida Gator football over the last few years, but I didn't. I selected this guy instead, who I think is going to be awesome for the Steelers, Roman Wilson. And then what do you know? Today, back around comes my third pick, And Ricky Pearsall is on the board, and I went ahead and I nabbed them. So Ricky Pearsall, I'm sure you're going to do well in life and recover from this terrible, terrible incident. And if you're doing well, I'm doing well. You're now a part of my team. So in more ways than one, my heart and my prayers go out to you, Ricky Pearsall. Get well soon. And you know what? The same goes out to the city of San Francisco. Get well soon.